Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we've got a quick trade update video here to discuss. I did a short about this a little while ago, but we're going to do a little more of an in-depth analysis here. The Canucks and San Jose Sharks made a trade involving UFA Sherwood. We'll touch on the Sherwood trade and how it impacts both teams coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the End-to-End Hockey channel. Now before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to do this with all of you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe down below and don't forget to comment down in the comment section below discussing all that I'll discuss in today's video. And don't forget to stay tuned for videos coming out in the very near future. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. But in today's video, we've got a trade update video here to discuss. This is a very interesting one between San Jose Sharks and the Vancouver Canucks. The full trade was as follows. I'll show it up to you on the screen here. The Vancouver Canucks trade UFA Sherwood to the San Jose Sharks for a 2026 second round pick, a 2027 second round pick, and young D prospect Cole Clayton. So this is a very interesting trade for both sides. For the Sharks, they have picks to play with. They have a ton of picks. They have some pretty decent prospects. Not all those prospects are going to make the NHL level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple more moves out of the San Jose Sharks. I don't think they're done. I could see them still move one or two of their UFA defensemen because I don't think they want to keep so many UFA blue liners going into the potential playoffs or to the end of the season. But I do think we could still see them add a couple of pieces. I don't know who they could go after, but they still have lots of cap space, so they could acquire some players with bigger cap hits that maybe some other teams who are in the playoff spot right now couldn't unless there's some salary retention. And I do think we could still see some moves out of San Jose. I would also not be too surprised if they tried to add someone on the blue line with some term. So this move isn't too bad. Like Sherwood, he's on a $1.5 million cap. He's in the final year of his deal. He's on pace to break his career highs in goals and points. He's at 17 goals right now. His career high was 19 last year. And he's at 23 points right now. His career high was 40 points from last year. It really took him a little bit of time in Nashville to sort of get going. But in Vancouver, he has blossomed into a really solid power forward type player where he can lay the body. He doesn't shy away from that physical side of the game, but he's also a really good goal scorer. So I think he'll feel really well in San Jose. He'll provide some grit and some really good playoff tenacity that if the Sharks do make the playoffs could be huge for a young team like that. And on top of that, he could also give you some goals. I think he'll probably fit on like the third line for the San Jose Sharks, and I think this is going to be a really solid pickup here for San Jose. Maybe they extend him. We'll have to wait and see on that. There's been a lot of talk about him getting like a 5x5 deal on the open market and free agency over in July, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But I do like this deal for the San Jose Sharks. Sure, you're gambling a little bit of your future, but given the fact of how many prospects and picks the Sharks have acquired over the past couple of years, given where they are positioned in the standings, it's time to go for the San Jose Sharks in a weaker Pacific Division like it is right now. So I like this move from the Sharks. For the Canucks, it was time to move off of Sherwood. He was a penny UFA. He was never going to get brought back. The Canucks knew it. They did want to get a first round pick, but it seemed like absolutely no one was willing to offer a first round pick for UFA Sherwood, so they went with the next best offer, and that's 2 second round picks. So I don't think this is too bad of a pickup here for the Canucks, where the current situated picks are. They do have 4 picks in the top 50 of this current year's draft. Now that might change to the Sharks or the Wild go on like deep playoff runs because the Canucks now have the Sharks second and the Wild's first, but they're in a really good position. We'll see if they make some more moves. I definitely think the Canucks will continue to sell. I'm not sure how many more UFAs they're going to move. Like I think there's Kane, there's Bluger, there's Camp, so there's not a whole bunch of penny UFAs left for them to move. They could try and move some more of their termed players, like a Garland, like a DeBrusk, like a Myers. There's some talk about Pedersen. So I don't think the Canucks are done by any means. This is a very interesting deal for both the Canucks and the Sharks. And I think for the Canucks, it was just time for a move. So like I said, I think it's a little bit lower of a return than Canucks fans wanted, but I don't think it's a terrible return. They get a second round pick that we just talked about. It's top 50 right now. If it was to remain in the top 50, that would be great value for the Canucks. I'm pretty sure with where they are in their situation right now, they'll probably use that draft pick. The 2027 second round pick, not sure how the Sharks are going to do next year. They could tail off a little bit after a really pretty impressive season this year. It could be a playoff team again next year, so I don't know exactly where that second round pick is going to be, but at least gives them some more draft capital. They could move that pick next year. They could use it, especially if it's a higher pick, so we'll wait and see on that. They also got Cole Clayton. Like, this isn't a great prospect. Like, it's more of a B to C level prospect instead of like an A-level prospect that they really wanted. Clayton was for the most part in Columbus over the past couple of years. He has never played at the NHL level. He's a 25-year-old right shot D prospect. He was an undrafted player. The Jackets signed him after he played a couple of years at the AHL level. So far this year, he signed a 1-year deal in San Jose. He's in the final year of that deal. He's got a $775,000 AAV. He is going to be RFA at the end of the deal. Clayton is a decent prospect. He's more of an AHL level guy. He's got 3 goals and 5 points in 33 AHL games. I think his ceiling at this current point in time would probably be 6'7" defenseman. I don't think he'll be any higher than that. So definitely we'll have to keep our eye on that, but I don't really think Clayton's going to be anything too huge for the Vancouver Canucks. So all in all, it's a very interesting trade. The Canucks get an AHL level player who might eventually amount to being like a 6'7" defenseman, as well as a second-round pick in 26 and a second-round pick in 27, so some added draft capital for the Canucks. And the Sharks get Kiefer Sherwood, who's going to bring some playoff-style hockey to that Sharks team, which could be huge if the Sharks are able to make the playoffs this year. And maybe they sign to an extension. We'll have to wait and see. So a very interesting trade here from both sides. I do think the Canucks win this deal because I'm still thinking 2 second-round picks for Sherwood is pretty good value. But I think if Sherwood extends with the Sharks, or if the Sharks go deep in the playoffs, this might be a win for the San Jose Sharks. So I'll have to wait and see on that. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Who do you think won this deal? And do you think we'll see more moves coming out of San Jose and Vancouver in the very near future? Definitely your thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. That's all I'm going to talk about for today. Remember to like this video. And if you really liked it, remember to subscribe down below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to without all of you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to stay tuned for videos coming out in the very near future. I also do a blog, talk about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So check that out. I'll leave a link to that down in the description below. And I can't wait to see you guys all for the next video. See you guys soon.